Let's just take a moment, I think, to set side by side the shortlist of the Man Booker Prize and the Goldsmiths Prize. And what we find, I think, is the Goldsmiths Prize is infinitely more interesting. Um, its its kind of ethos is looking at what fiction can do. It's about pushing the boundaries. It's about finding new ways of expressing the novel, and that means the prize is intrinsically just more interesting, eclectic, unusual, surprising, blah blah blah. So, what is the Man Booker for, really? I've read three of the shortlist of the Goldsmiths Prize. Hot Milk by Deborah Levy, because it was on the Man Booker. Martin John by Anna Schofield, which is published by And Other Stories, and which I absolutely loved, and I think is an important, formally inventive, emotionally generous and clever novel. But also Solar Bones by Mike McCormack has been nominated, and that's a novel that I can't speak more highly of. It's just a sort of deeply human, intelligent, beautifully written, and saying something, I think, very profound about our connection with the physical world, and how we, even in death, we are defined by kind of our physical spatial awareness in life. And then we have Amir McBride's The Lesser Bohemians, which I haven't yet read, but I do own. I think she won the inaugural Goldsmiths Prize a couple of years ago. And I do keep hearing interesting things about it. Rachel Cusk's Transit, which I know nothing about, but I will read. And then Cassava Republic Press, which publishes African novelists, either here or from Africa. Like a Mule Bringing Ice Cream to the Sun by Sarah Lepido Manyika. I've actually only read one Cassava Republic Press novel, which I was hugely impressed by, which has been nominated for my prize. But in a sense, I think the key thing is that at least two of these novels, the McCormack and the Schofield, are formally inventive and trying to express things that I feel require formal invention, and that the more orthodox form of the novel is something that has lasted. It has performed well since the early 19th century or late 18th century, and it manages to keep us engaged and entranced. But for the novel to, I think, continue, there must be a kind of parallel road where people are kind of saying, the formal novel is wonderful. Sorry, the kind of orthodox form of the novel is wonderful, and it continues to provide us with an access point to stories, etc., etc. But actually, without it being endlessly inventive, a part of it will die, and we will end up with something that is ossified and is repeated, and we need the tension between the orthodox form and the formally inventive, and it seems to me this prize is putting that side by side, because I don't Hot Milk is a very good novel, but it is fairly orthodox. I can't speak for the others that I haven't read. I think it is to the detriment of the Man Booker that I mean, actually, I'm halfway through All That Man Is, and while it's not, I would say, formally offensive stylistically, it is certainly challenging a certain kind of orthodoxy in sentence making, and what goes for a novel. Whether it should be regarded as a novel is another question, and if it is regarded as a novel, then Pond by Claire Louise Bennett absolutely should be. And I would sit down with the administrators of the Man Booker, and I think they would be hard put to explain why All That Man Is and Pond, that one was eligible and one isn't. Sorry, I'm rambling. But anyway, I wish there was as much talk about the Goldsmiths Prize as the Man Booker, because it's doing more interesting things. That's it. Bye bye. Oh, by the way, I've just bought a puppy.